Howdy, howdy, howdy. Morning, y'all. Doing alright? I had a weird sleep last night. Howdy, Lego. Howdy, Shad Spark. I saw you in there a few minutes before. So yesterday, I think I about wore myself out, to be honest. I was very tired at the end of the day. But sleep was weird, because I was gonna be like, okay, I'll be up a little longer, maybe till midnight, so then I'll go to sleep, you know, midnight, before I usually do, but, you know, whatever. And, I nodded off around 11 p.m. And then I woke up at 2 a.m. completely apropos of nothing. And for some reason, I could not get back to sleep because I had just this feeling in my gut and in my head that was like, check Discord, check Discord, check Discord. And I'm still not quite sure why. Exactly? I checked Discord. There were a couple conversations going on that I was able to give input on. So I cleared it out. I gave some input at 2:30 a.m. on Discord. And I logged back off and I went back to sleep until you know, getting up this morning to stream. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just did. And like I said, there were some conversations going on that I felt the need to give my input on, but at the same time, it was like, I still don't know quite why I had this urgent feeling after so bad to check Discord that I woke up at 2 a.m. and could not go back to sleep until I cleared out Discord, all my unreads on Discord. And then I went back to sleep just fine until I woke up to stream, so I'm like, whatever. It was weird, but I don't know what happened, and I have a feeling I'm not going to, so I did see what was posted in my server as far as the art that's been made, and yeah, I do appreciate that a lot. I'm very flattered. Something about getting fan art really makes it hit home that, you know, I've got people who enjoy these streams, you know, and that these are a part of people's day now. Something about getting fan art really makes that hit home, and I couldn't be happier about that. Honestly. I had a seriously gruesome dream. It wasn't really a nightmare, but it was really disturbing. What the fuck is wrong with my mind? Like, sometimes it just be like that. Dreams are very strange in how they work sometimes. Often there's not a rhyme or reason to them, it's just random things that your head is trying to make sense of from the past few days or so, and it patches them together. For me, the point where I woke up about 2 a.m., I think the reason, like, I don't know, for some reason, the gut feeling that I really need to check Discord right now seeped into whatever dream I was having, I think. And so I'm not entirely sure where in that jumbled mess of thoughts at what point during that I woke up. But I'm pretty sure I was dreaming about something pretty mundane, and then the gut feeling of checking Discord for some reason slipped in there and worked that into my dream, and at some point I woke up and was no longer able to separate what was happening and what had been in my dream. And that's why I wasn't able to sleep until I listened to my gut and checked Discord. I don't know, something like that. It's very strange. It was a strange night, but I mean, I still managed to get enough sleep, even if it was in 2 chunks, so whatever works, man. I don't know, something about yesterday hit me different too. I don't know what though. Seemed like a pretty normal day as far as streaming and everything went, but something hit different, I don't know. It was a really fun day. That's for sure. Maybe Mega Man 1 comes to your dream. Mega Man 1, dude. That was fun though. I enjoyed that. As busted as that game is, and that I'm not great at it like I am other Mega Man games because it's the one I've played the least. But yeah, who knows. Sometimes, I don't know too, last time it kinda hard, especially the boss chamber part. Yeah, the boss chamber in the last stage is the hardest part of the game, probably, and Wily Castle Stage 1 didn't go great either, but I mean, we did alright. Most of Wily Stage 2 was me being a complete silly and trying to do things I shouldn't have been trying to do, but I mean, where's the fun if you don't take any risks, right? In the end, it's still not the most difficult game in the world. I end up making it a lot more difficult for myself than it needs to be. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Toward the end of yesterday too, I kind of got in that kind of funky place where I felt kind of down, but wasn't too bad, honestly. That just happens sometimes to all of us, I think. Anyway, Valhalla's pretty receptive to deep talk, so we'll get started over here. Today we're probably gonna go for a while. I'm probably gonna get 2 in-game days done today because I really want to just I'm kind of interested in this just to see what this is because I haven't looked at it before, but we'll wait on it. I like this fills you with fanaticism, a little reference to a certain other game. From cult classic video game Y2K. I almost feel like that's an East reference or something. I could tear one off any wall in the vicinity, but hell knows what germs they have. Celebrate the bastardized commercial version of an already bastardized celebration. Mega Christmas. Oh boy. Good evening. Gil? Oh, hey guys. How the hell did you get in? I have a copy of the key, remember? Wait, that's how you greet me after so many days? I never doubted you'd be fine. If anything, you'd have to cut your paycheck for leaving for so many days without notice. See, Jill? You'll be here on Monday like nothing ever happened. Wait, why does he have a copy of the key and I don't? The need for you having a key never arose. True. Anyway, glad you're fine, Gil. Thanks, I guess. What? Are you gonna make me wash the bathrooms again? Not today. Listen, I don't know who the hell you really are or what's trying to come back to bite you in the ass. But remember, there are people that actually care about you. Don't just leave like you did. Especially after all hell broke loose. At least give us a sign that you're still alive. So you were worried? Isn't that normal? When it comes to you, I don't know. Shut up. She's right though, you shouldn't make ladies worry so much. Check if the cats didn't move the internet antenna, would you? Fine, fine. Jill is a soon. I don't know, she didn't react with any embarrassment at all. She's like, isn't it normal that I worried about you? You know, she's... It's almost an interesting form of kudere, if anything. Like, yeah, of course I was worried about you. Why are you surprised? I think that's normal. Hey boss, why did you leave the hoodie at my place? Because it's yours? But I told you you could keep it. Sorry, I couldn't find it in myself to take it. Why? Partly because I didn't feel right taking it. But mostly because I thought you'd totally look cute with it. I see. Don't think I'm rejecting a gift of yours, it's just... preserving cuteness is one of my principles. Right. Are you still worried about the whole bar closure thing? Of course I am. Not like I can't work because of it, but you know... all we can do is enjoy whatever time we have left here as best we can. Yeah. So cheer up! Clients smell sadness and fear, and we don't want that. I'll go to my office. Okay. Antenna's fine. Did I miss anything? Not really, no. Anyways, let's start the day. Look who's here! Howdy, Chaser. How you doing? The assignment, I hate it, yet it loves me. Rip. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Oh yeah, Gil? Glad to see you're fine. I mean it. Thanks. Looking cool? Aw, thank you, Chaser. I appreciate that. Excuse me, I'm looking for Dana Zane. May I have your name? Tell her it's Brian. Just a sec. Boss! Some Brian guy is looking for you! Tell him I'll be there in a bit! She'll, you heard her. It's alright, I'll wait. It's weird for someone to come asking for her, though. It's not so weird when you're BTC's regional manager in these parts. Yeah, I guess that's... I guess I didn't give you the best first impression. Don't worry, I know who I'm dealing with. I'm not a fan of people treating me too nicely because of my position anyways. You and me both, Brian, although I don't really have that much of a position to speak of. But when I do, I hope people don't treat me differently. I'm sure it'll happen sometimes, but handle me like I'm just another client. Alright, I can do that. What can I get you, Mr. Brian? Let's go with the basics. A sugar rush, please. Coming right up. Optional Karmatrine, we'll just stick 3 in there. No need for that. Here. Yeah, this one's nice. Back in training, they made a big deal out of sugar rushes. Why is that? They're like the fried eggs of mixing drinks. They're the most basic thing, but people can still mess them up. Sugar rushes are simple enough that you only need to follow instructions. If you can't even do that, your future as a bartender isn't bright. Huh. They never told me that. You're Jill, right? Yep, that's me. Dana has talked quite a bit about you. Really? And I guess you must have a few questions for me, am I right? Mostly concerning the closure warning Valhalla got. Can you disclose any information? I shouldn't, but you have the right to know. Thanks. Don't mention it. Now, where to start? You saw the news on the information leaked during the Apollo Trust Bank incident, right? About the White Knights having lots of members from criminal organizations in their ranks? Turns out the White Knights weren't the only ones with shady people. Some of those same folks have been trying to elude legal problems using BTC-certified bars. The BTC bars have their own protocols, meaning the White Knights can't dig too deeply. At least, not without going through a ton of paperwork first, giving the criminals time to cover their tracks. Ah! Howdy, Suki. How you doing? Although it takes a bit of time to set up, it is apparently proven an effective method for money laundering. Where does Valhalla come in? Young bars are the ones under the radar right now, and the modest to low income ones are the primary suspects. It's not just Valhalla. Any small bar with small income is being investigated heavily right now. Howdy, Sam. What's up? So the closure notice is due to low sales. Among the reasons a bar can get axed, low sales is the rarest one. If low sales were a problem, lots of bars would close every year. You'll find out soon enough, huh? Sorry? Oh, nothing. Don't mind me. Seems your guess was spot on, Gil. Hmm? If it helps, I'm doing my best to appeal in your place. Really? Why? Most of Glitch City's bars are a pain in the ass. They constantly give reports of chemical damage or shady drinks. This is one of the few places from which I almost never receive complaints. The closest thing to a recent complaint was that Whole Farmer Fabrics affair from a little while ago. So much saliva. I wouldn't get my hopes up, though. Especially since the BTC will try to save face by axing as many suspects as possible. Knowing you're making an effort is enough. Thanks. Can I get you anything else? Now that I remember, the recipe book has a drink created here, right? Oh yeah, the suplex. Get me one of those, please. Sure. I kinda understand the feeling. Honestly. Sometimes, you know, you feel like things aren't going your way and you wonder if, you know, anything that you're doing is gonna fall apart, or if there's anything that you can do about the fact that things aren't going the way you want, and sometimes you just can't. And it always feels nice when people are at least making an effort to help you out as far as things like that. Here. The registry form said this was an accident while making a pile driver. You can ask the creator of the drink just over there. Aha, so you're Robert? Yes, that's my name. I'm Robert, the one and only. A little sus there, Gil. Jill called you Gil, though. It's Argentinian slang. It's Argentinian slang. Robert here is from Argentina, so we call him Gil. Huh, I see. I think that's normal for a decent human. I mean, I would agree, but I mean, you can only do so much sometimes. I know I've burned myself out trying to help too many people with too many things, you know? It takes a lot of effort, and so it's always... I'm always appreciative when someone does do something to help me out, because it takes a lot more effort than you think. And I don't think people realize that until they've actually tried to do too much in that department. There's sometimes people who likes to see others suffer. That too. Sometimes you've got people who will try to get you down and try to work against you too. The ultimate thing with humans is that we're a case-by-case basis. You really can't make blanket statements about humans ever. Even if you separate us into smaller groups like nationality or gender or anything like that, you still can't make blanket judgments. We're just far too individual for that, so we're the biggest case-by-case basis in existence. Sorry, Brian, I was sorting some stuff at the office. Please, come in. I'll be right there. Any other questions, Jill? Not really, no. Although... Yeah? If you were to evaluate my performance right now, how would you rate me? Clean and timely delivery of the correct orders, a top-notch bartender. Thanks. Now if you'll excuse me. I'm surprised you haven't met him before. I received my training in another city. The regional supervisor there was some girl with a red mohawk. Ah, I see. I wonder what boss will talk to Brian about. Jill, was it? Miss Stella, what a pleasure. Are you okay? Yeah, just call me Stella. And get me a big beer, please. Huh, sure, on it. Big beer. Are you sure you're fine?
You know Say, right?
Of course. What's up with her?
She was at the Apollo Trust Bank during that whole affair and...
Oh. Right. That. So she
didn't show up on the list of the massive body count in the aftermath, so... I was hoping that maybe you've seen her.
As much as I'd love to say that I had...
Yeah, I figured as much.
Man, the air is suddenly a lot heavier. Howdy, Dolly. I'm glad you're excited for Girl Voice time. I mean, I could tell her everything would be alright, but that would sound a bit condescending. What does one do in this kind of situation? I'll be honest, Jill, I'm not good with these kinds of situations either. I've never had to deal with something like this IRL, thankfully, though I have had to deal with drama. But never of this kind. Maybe a joke? Nah, that'd be tasteless. Okay, just try and say anything. At the very least, break the tension. Maybe distracting her will be enough? I don't think clearly when under this kind of pressure, do I? I understand that, Jill. Social anxiety be rough. There was a private eye here the other day.
I? Sorry, I'm a bit on edge. A private detective, I take it?
Yeah, maybe you'll want his services?
What's his name?
I believe it was Art Von Delay.
Oh, that art guy. Yeah, I actually hired him yesterday to look for Say.
So you still have hope?
I'm somewhere between bargaining and depression right now, and I'm afraid to let go of bargaining.
Yeah, I understand that. I see. Is he any good?
He doesn't look like it, but he's quite skilled at gathering intel. I believe he'll give me answers about Say, whatever they might be.
Sometimes I wish I had a magic wand so I could solve all my problems with a swing, you know? Don't we all?
Sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry, no, it's not about feeling uncomfortable. It's just weird. I usually try to say something to my clients when I see them down, and right now I can't find any words that don't sound hypocritical, useless, or tasteless.
I'm glad to know you have that much common sense, at least.
All I can do is get you drinks. Can I get you anything else?
Something sweet. That'll help me calm down a bit.
Gladly. Let's double this, as a matter of fact. Stella probably needs a big-ass drink right now. Here.
Thanks.
Seems like you really like Say.
I don't have brothers or sisters, and my social interactions are usually strictly business. So Say's more than a friend to me. She's...
Sorry, I brought that topic up at a bad time.
Don't worry about it. As I was saying, she's more than a friend. She's my emotional support. She's someone I can trust wholeheartedly. I'd say she's like my sister, but siblings usually lack that level of trust. I have to deal with high-class pricks of every race and upbringing on a daily basis. They use a business mask to hide anything they don't want others to know, and I do the same. But with Say, I can be myself. I can do whatever I want and vent all my frustrations. She's always been there for me, and now she might need me. But here I am, sitting in a bar, making other people do that job because I'm a useless pile of flesh. sorry about the outburst. I'm actually kind of jealous of the level of self-control you're using here. I mean, I'd be a mess in that situation.
I know how it feels pretty recently, actually. I know how it feels to feel like someone needs you and you just, there's nothing you can do to help them. It feels terrible. You feel like shit all the time when it's like that, and I totally understand how terrible that feels. Still, would you like some fresh air? I'm gonna take my break and you could use some. Well, for a given value of fresh, you should stop smoking, Jill.
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay then. Gil, please service Miss Stella while I take my break. Sure, leave it to me. Relatable? Yeah. It is. Sometimes being a good listener is all we need. Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes you have to... Sometimes, too, you just have to recognize the best thing you can do for someone is just to listen. To be there and be a good listener. A lot of the time, that's all anyone needs. It's really... It's not everyone is a good listener, and sometimes that's really all you need when you're in a bad spot, is just someone to vent to that you know is a good listener and is gonna pay attention to you and empathize with you, even if, you know, that's really all you need sometimes. Sometimes I'm afraid of doing the wrong move. Oh, all the time, Shadspark. I have social anxiety. I'm constantly worried about saying the wrong thing or making the wrong move with someone. It might seem weird for a streamer who puts himself out in front of an audience of people every day to say he has social anxiety, but talking to someone one-on-one is way different, you know what I mean? Although streaming has helped me, and I really am thankful for that, and for all y'all for being here, because, you know, I could talk to an empty room all day and, you know, no one would care, but y'all do care that I do this and that I like doing this and it helps me. I can feel that, yeah. It's really nice. That's why I appreciate my viewers so much and why I always feel the need to say as much, because it really is. It may not feel like a lot from the side of being a viewer, but it really is a lot for the streamer. At least it is for me. And I know a couple others who definitely feel that way too.
God damn, is it chilly outside?
Where do I go from here? Star pierces the dark. Neon District. Every day is night. And that... What voice was I doing for Art? Damn it, I've forgotten Art's voice. What would a kid like you know about that, huh? I'm just giving you the facts as they are. What happened while I was gone? Let's see. Detective guy comes in, cat boomer girl greets him, they start talking. Everything was okay until the girl mentioned Zaibatsu Corp offhand. After that, the guy got riled up and started bad-mouthing it. Oddly enough, he was the only one. She just carried on like it was a normal conversation. I see. While I won't deny Zaibatsu Corp is anything but innocent, when you get down to it, it has enhanced the quality of life here. Yeah, if by enhanced you mean getting yanked around by a shiny new chain around our necks. Can't you see that those big companies don't care about us? Why do you think Glitch City is mockingly called the guinea pig of the world? We're just one big test group for them to use however they want. But then again, I don't expect a kid to understand how hard it was, let alone a rich kid. True, I don't know. And true, I have a privilege that clouds my judgment. But can you deny that the meddling of Zaibatsu Corp has brought quite a few benefits? Like what? The AI integration program they started is making huge advancements in the AI department. Every day, more and more countries are seeing the benefits of recognizing AIs as citizens. Yes, but we also hold the AI reformation program, meaning that we're also the world's Lilim prison. AI went rogue, transfer it to a delivery drone or ship it to Glitch City. That murderer is now delivering your pizza. Fair point, although that program has proven to have reformed many AIs. They don't brag about their 88% success rate for nothing. The nasal voice fits this man.
Oh, yeah. Squid... Should I do Squidward for Art? Is that the voice I was using?
The city also has a stronger economy. Zaibatsu Corp's success has made more and more companies bring their products here. And the gap between classes continues to grow.
Oh yes.
More companies mean more people who will plant their feet on your face. But it also means more products are being brought to the lower classes. Stores have 20% more brand variety compared to last year.
These are two very distinct voices.
Zaibatsu Corp's main medical research branch has also made lots of discoveries. More and more illnesses previously thought incurable are being addressed every day. It's amazing for those who can afford them. Meanwhile, down here, we're experiencing medicine shortages almost every month. You have a point there. But there are also more jobs. All the companies coming down here need personnel. So the unemployment rate has gone down by almost 40% this year.
More jobs? Shut up.
Am I wrong?
Well, that's... Hey you, don't just sit there, give me a Zen star.
Sure.
Let's make a Zen star for the sore baby. You'd think something so balanced would actually taste nice. You'd be dead wrong. Not aged on the rocks. Virgilio. Wait, I'm wrong. No, this is Virgilio. Forehead over there is art.
Yeah.
God, this is awful.
It's your order, though. I seriously hope you don't really believe everything you just said. Of course I do. Why else would I say it? You do bring up something I always fail to remember. All the benefits we've gained over time are limited to a few. I can talk about advances all I want, but in the end, they're still a luxury belonging only to a few people. And even those that can be accessed by everyone are more like an improvement in the bigger picture. That doesn't take away the fact that there have been positive changes. Credit where credit's due, don't you think?
I've tried something like Zen Star, worst mix ever. According to the game, it's just super bland. But yeah. Sherlock, he ain't. Balance isn't always good, weirdly enough. Should be the case, but not. Yeah. As someone who's all about balance and things, for the Zen Star is there to remind me that it's not always the answer.
That's a pretty mature answer. Discussions are a way for two parties to understand each other. The only people afraid of discussion are the ones whose points are too fragile to defend against someone.
Yeah, mature. Whatever.
I'm gonna take the chance to ask you about that job I gave you yesterday.
I haven't been able to find much, but I can at least tell you that she wasn't at the bank when it opened up.
What does that mean?
Either she left before the whole ordeal started, or she managed to escape at some point before the whole thing ended. All the corpses are accounted for. They only found one totally disfigured, but witnesses identified it. It wasn't your friend, that much is for sure.
Always the pendulum.
I see. Did you call him here? No, he just so happened to come here today.
The weird part is that the girl did enter the bank. It's like she vanished or something.
I see. Thanks. Keep it up. Your face brightened a bit. Hope is the last thing you lose, I guess. If he's telling the truth, Say might have found a way out. She's a resourceful girl. She surely did something. I think I'll have another drink. Do you want anything?
Me? Just get me whatever you order.
2 bad touches, please.
On it. 2 bad touches. Better make them before I laugh too hard. Yeah, quite a name for a drink, isn't it, Jibri? Cointro, Jim Beam, Black Label, don't mix it on equal amounts. We'll remember that. Oh god, Clown Man is back.
Clown Man! Thunder Carnival!
But yeah, it kind of reminds me of, like, when I was younger, okay? Not too long ago, just a few years ago. I used to like hearing about, like, unsolved cold cases and stuff like that. Or mysterious things that happen to people. Just like, you know, hearing about that kind of thing. That was like that clown from Simpson, Krusty. No, Krusty the Clown was Garfield, I think.
Kids! It's time to get your lazy bottoms out of bed and do jumping jacks with Krusty the Clown!
God. I don't think that clown... Krusty, he's not a creep, LOL. Yeah. But, the whole thing with Say reminds me from way back in the day when I used to like hearing about, like, mysterious things that happened and unsolved, you know, mysteries or cold cases, things like that. And there was actually a case I remember hearing about where a dude just, like, the last time he was ever seen was entering a certain bar, and the only two exits both have cameras that never show him leaving, but he's not been seen since then. Like he just vanished from inside the bar. His body's never been found or anything. It reminds me of that. You can see the dude on security camera at the main entrance going into the bar, but neither of the ways he could have gotten out does he ever appear leaving on the cameras. And if you've ever worked in a bar or any kind of, or even like a fast food place, you know you deep clean those places at night. If he'd been hurt or killed and was somewhere in the bar, they would have found him. Yeah. Very strange stuff happens sometimes.
I remember this one party I went to. The guy that came up with the name of this drink showed up. After people found that one out, they lined up to slap him for whatever reason. They didn't seem offended to me, though. Imagine a guy shows up and tells you I made a classy bad touch. Wouldn't you line up to slap him? Are you okay, Jill?
Now that I think of it, did you find that girl you were looking for a week ago, Mr. Vondelay?
Turns out she was at the Apollo Trust Bank all this time. No wonder I couldn't get in touch with her. Girl? Someone paid me to look for Crimson Rose, and she happened to be at the... What? I'm trying to avoid mentioning that a dangerous assassin got stuck in the same bank as the girl you're looking for. Oh, don't worry. Besides, the last thing I'm worried about with Say is people.
Why's that?
Her attitude is usually so laid back and gentle that she has no problem getting people on her side. And on the off chance that she has to defend herself, well... I once saw her take care of a warbot gone haywire by herself. She did need medical help afterwards, but she recovered in no time and managed to take care of the bot.
Is she really that good?
She's not only really physically fit, she's also really good with Krav Maga and...
Something wrong?
No, nothing. I just realized I forgot all about that. Say's not invincible, but she knows how to take care of herself. And like I said, she's resourceful. She surely found a way out. I just hope she's well wherever the hell she is. She owes me an ice cream. You want another drink, Mr. Vondelay? It's on me.
Sounds badass. I'm not locked in here, but you're locked in here with me. Ross just lines. But you are locked in here with me.
Are you sure? Yeah, order away. Okay, then I'll have a piano man.
And you, Miss Stella?
I'm fine. Get his order.
One piano man for the detective. Oh, I screwed that up. I think it's from Watchmen. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that sounds like something that was in Watchmen. Speaking of movies like that, though, last night I was in Rosalind's stream and I found out that she also watched and enjoyed The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, if any of y'all remember that movie. And yeah, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was rad, dude. At least I remember it being. I haven't seen it since the time I saw it in the theater when it released, but I remember it being pretty rad. And apparently it's the same case for Rosa. Saw it in the theater the one time, haven't seen it since, but remember liking it a lot. And I remember when Watchmen came out, I thought of The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen again. Because the premise felt similar to me. The one starting with Sean Connery? Nice. Yeah, it was Sean Connery. And the characters were all like Captain Nemo, Dorian Gray, Dr. Jekyll, or Jekyll. The Invisible Man, characters like that. It was pretty, like I said, I remember it being pretty good. It's been a while, but I remember liking it. Sean Connery's the best? Yes, he is. You're the man now, dog.
Yeah. So this is what drinking something classy without worrying about the price feels like. Alright, I should get going. My contact will arrive at the rendezvous point soon. I'll let you know if I find out anything else, Miss Hoshi.
Please do.
Right then.
You've been generous today. He made my night with his discoveries on Sei's situation. I'm not totally over it, but at least I got distracted for a bit.
Well, that's it for me. Good night, Miss Hoshi.
Thanks again. Please come again. You don't mind if I stay a bit longer, right?
Why would I? It's not like you're asleep.
Thanks. This place is soothing.
I feel art. A friend treated me some nice drink years ago. Nice. I've never been treated to drinks, dude. I always pay for whatever I get. If Art keeps this up, he might get a kiss. I wouldn't count on it. Keyword might.
I'll just go sit over there near the arcades.
Alright then, that would be all, Dana. Quite a mess, the situation with, Robert.
Ryan, you have a meeting in an hour with MI6 Hall C.
MI6? James Bond? I'm not the only one who thinks that with MI6, right? I'm not the only one who hears MI6 and immediately is like... I can't be the only one. Because that freaking trumpet. Gunshot intro, the classic, dude. The gun barrel intro. Right. Oh, if it isn't Miss Hoshi herself.
Ah, Brian. Fancy meeting you here.
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places. Are you busy? Mind catching up for a bit?
Whew. Sure, no problem. Jill, we'll be sitting over here. Let me know if you need anything. Will do. This holophone is an old model, so hanging up is a bit laggy. You can call me Cass, by the way. I'm Jill. Say, you guys give a lot of liberties to my boss. I mean, she gets away with too much stuff. She's not hurting anyone, and wouldn't you say it's more interesting that way? It finally hung up. It's been quite the day. At least the streets are calm today. Manly burp. Weak burp. Drink more soda. Clearly I should. Holophone? Is that what we get on April 6th? I wish. Holophone. Imagine they add VTubers and like Hololive and Niji talents to that freaking Isekai app. Who remembers the Isekai app? Has anything been happening with that? Have they added more characters than just like Megumin and Aqua at this point? Nope, it's the Hololive phone service. It's the Hololive equivalent to Zoom. Isekai apps, gotta check it. Yeah, like, it's literally just called Isekai app or something like that. And what it was, it came out I think a couple years ago. It was in open beta where it was they had like an AI that had the voice of Megumin and Aqua's voice actresses from Konosuba, and you could get the app and you could actually have simulated conversations with Megumin and Aqua that actually were decent, you know, it seems like decent approximations, to be honest, as far as AI can get you in that regard, which isn't great, but I mean, it seems like an interesting concept that had potential. I think Giguk made a video on it, a sponsored video on it. It's come from Bookwalker? Is it from Bookwalker? I believe, yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't know if it ever went anywhere, but it seemed like an interesting concept that had potential. Like I said, if you want to see Giguk, I'm pretty sure made a sponsored video about it. Giguk's always funny. Hey, I have a useless goddess, I'm game. To be honest, I would be too. I have arrived yet again at the oh god, at the majestic Hall of Heroes. Calm until now. We meet again, bartender. You look winded, Virgilio. It's pronounced Virgilio. No, I'm pretty sure it's Virgilio. You said as much the last time you came. Pronunciations are a silly thing society imposes on letters. No, they're a way to call each other so we don't get confused. You look winded, Virgilio. We are all little toys winded by the cruel hand of fate. Just stumbling until it decides not to wind us anymore. And yet, you're the only one in the vicinity hyperventilating. That's, I was jogging. Dressed like that? I can jog however I want. Yes, you can. What can I get you? Something fake. Of course. Something fake. Eh?
No? Something fake. This says this one's pretty close to the real deal, but... one of these will make your teeth turn blue. Ochimoto, here's your favorite dude. He'll knock the drunkenness out of you or knock you out cold. Frothy water, PG rated show's favorite beer ersatz since 2040. Any blast, maybe? No thermometer was harmed. Used to actually sparkle. I almost wonder if the spiced tea would work, but I don't think so. To run this man dry. Something fake. Oh! Beer ersatz. It's fake beer used in shows. Frothing mugs of water. Yeah. And this is totally not beer. Yes, just as fake as I want. Okay. Bruh. Beerant. That took me a while, but it hit me on that one. Say, Virgilio, where do you work? I take the noble duties of a curator at the Steampunk Museum. Really? What do you do? I study everything that comes and keep it clean for the people that visit the premises. But lately my duties have been hindered by the museum's owner. Really? Yeah, he told me, stop touching the exhibits, you're gonna break them. The nerve of some people. Eh? He still fails to realize that I'm the curator there. Without me, all those machines would be rustier than they already are. Even the visitors get that I'm the one responsible for those. Why can't the owner realize that too? Yeah. I bet he treats you like a janitor or something like that. Exactly! Okay then, time for your next challenge, bartender. Challenge, he says. I want purity. He wants purity. I can't give him pure ingredients, so... Well, I mean... This is purely balanced. Says it's pretty bland. I think all the flavors in same amounts would cancel each other out, so this would be pure, perhaps? How is this pure? It's a drink. It's free from any human sin. It can do no harm consciously. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Hmm? Hey you, the guy over there. Me? Yes, you. Have we met before? Can't remember. Maybe? Yeah, I think... No. We haven't met. Ever. At all.
That's an interesting reaction. Jill, I'll be taking my leave now. Be careful out there. Thanks. Huh? Excuse me, have we met somewhere before?
That face. That eye.
What about my eye, punk?
We haven't met ever at all. Never. Ever. Good talking to you, bartender. Did you just scare off a client?
Apparently. Well, I'm off. Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it. And so his hair is shaped like a question mark, or is it his forehead? I think it's a tuft of hair that's hanging down across his forehead, yeah. And yeah, it looks like a question mark. I think it's a couple tufts of hair hanging down from his bangs. Which is something I only ever see in games and cartoons and never on any real person. Because that's kind of silly to have all your bangs trimmed except like one little bit that hangs down in between your eyes. Or maybe it's just Virgilio's personality is that big. I mean, a question mark makes sense for him thematically, given he always orders his drinks as a riddle, and given that he's obviously putting on an act. Are we done for the day? Yeah, quite a few clients considering the whole situation. Oh shit! That Virgilio guy! So you two actually met before? Of course they did. Did you see how Virgilio reacted? Yeah, you could say that.
What?
Gil stuff, don't mind it. What were you talking about to Brian?
Well, we were mostly catching up, to be honest. I hadn't seen him in a while. I offered him a drink when we met last week. I talked a bit about what to do after the bar closes. Oh, and I tried to explain the situation with Robert here. He agreed to help me out with that one when the time comes.
Oh.
I was also tuning up the details for the new employee.
New employee?
A part-timer. You'll meet him tomorrow. Oh.
Him? So it's a guy?
An adorable guy, if I do say so myself.
I suddenly have deja vu.
You alright, Jill?
Yeah. It must be nothing. Woo! Jill is a bit tense. Buying a shoulder massager will prevent her from getting too distracted. I'll believe it when I see it. Alright, we're gonna do the reading, and we're actually gonna do another in-game day today. At least one more. For I need some me time. Use the bathroom. Some me time, Jill? We all have it. It's an update to Kira Mickey's blog.
dream person. Every now and then, I wonder if I'll ever meet my significant other. All the stimuli from being born just 3 years ago and directly being thrown into this wonderful disaster that is the idol industry makes me think of all the things I'm missing. Accidental love, lost love, even the gentle touch of another person. I feel like I'm in this bubble that won't let me catch all possible feelings, and my senses get tired of the same environment. I want to meet new people, new places. Because even though I have a large bank of knowledge, I actually never experimented with what most consider normal. But you already know that from my songs. I suddenly have an urge to hug her. Yeah, I can agree with that, Jill. You know, I've talked enough about, you know, Bessie at this point and all the things I'm feeling with that. To be honest, you know, a couple of years ago, I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna fall in love, whether, you know, it's just a fleeting infatuation or, you know, the real thing. Because I never experienced it before that. And, you know, not really anyway. And you know, for a while I actually thought, well, maybe I'm like gray aromantic or something like that. But turns out it was just taking some time. And you know, if that being the case, it's probably just that, you know, if this thing with Bessie is going anywhere, which we'll see. But it's interesting, you know, kind of happening for the first time as old as I am, but that being the case probably just means I wasn't ready until now. So, that's how I choose to think of it anyway. So that it probably just means now I'm ready and I wasn't before. The EKDV-186 gets historic update. Weapon enthusiasts are freaking out right now over a firmware update that Maquis Heavy Industries is releasing for its EKDV-186 line of assault rifles. Full compatibility with nano camo has been announced, allowing civilian models of this weapon the use of nano camouflage and the option to customize their look for free with the help of the nano camo app. We've been using nano camo in the battlefield for a year now, Maquis' chairperson told the Augmented Eye during a phone conversation, and thanks to its flexibility, we can now sneak past the enemies using the environment to our favor. Our equipment is basically invisible with nano camo. The nano camo update will be released this month. Is it there's always a first time for everything? I guess to a degree, yeah, Shad Sparks. There's always a first time. More just the fact that, you know, there was not long ago I wasn't sure if it ever would happen. I thought maybe I just wasn't, you know, the kind of person who feels that deeply for someone else. You like guns? Nah, I don't need a penis that badly. Alright, Jill. But yeah, you know, I wasn't even sure if I was capable of emotions like this that I'm feeling now, but you know, when you least expect it, out of the corner of my left eye and my right eye, here they come, here they come.
I wasn't sure I was capable of feeling them or if I was ever going to, and then here they come. Sneaking up on me. If you enjoy how things work, it's good. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy of it. It's a nice feeling, and I'm glad that I am capable of it, because it's just really nice, honestly, and yeah, I'm glad for it. AM Township 64 announced. New waifu machine? Sukeban Soft just unveiled a new line of personal computers for the anime enthusiast market. This is after several attempts at appealing to a broader audience with the Uranus game console. And yes, I'm saying it Uranus because there's nothing funny about Uranus. Launch games have been announced as well. They include popular franchises like Monster Girl RPG, Monster Girlfriend, and Monster Companion. We're going for the weeb audience, said Kirin51, a Sukeban Soft janitor. What's dignity anymore? Sukeban Soft plans to launch the AM Townships sometime next year. Wasn't there actually a computer called the Townships or something like that? I feel like that was an actual computer. At least they're honest. We're going for the weeb audience. I like how they were all Monster Girl games. Monster Girl RPG, Monster Girlfriend. I like how it's all Monster Girl stuff. Never been my favorite tag, but I have no problem with it. What's dignity? What indeed. Men prefer Christmas cakes, study reveals. For the longest time, the term Christmas cake referred to women aged 26 or above who are regarded as undesirable, just like a Christmas cake that ceases being useful after December 25th. But men around Glitch City have developed a sweet tooth. Who doesn't like a mature woman? Todd, 19, told the Augmented Eye. They have all the necessary experience already, and plus, I'm so tired of spoiled, immature girls doing stupid shit. I say bring on the hot office ladies. Jill, 27, is confused. Christmas what? Is that like the opposite of beefcake? After discovering the real meaning, she launched into an hour-long rant. I'll let you know pencil skirts are the best! That's one hell of a rant. Oh, Jill. Oh. Well, you got your 15 minutes of fame, Jill. With an hour-long rant about being a woman 26 or over who's still desirable. And the fan base of the game agrees with you. Jill has a lot of fans, and to be honest, I can understand that. Not my best girl, but hey. Nano camo underwear. I think I'll get a pair just to see what kind of skin I can use with them. They'll nickel and dime with the DLC. There's no way to use the skin you want. It's gonna get cracked day one. Maybe, but I don't think it'll be that fast. Yeah, I think I'll just wait until it's modded for custom skins. I thought the nanomachine fabric was bad for your health? Nah, that's just a meme. Oh. My walls are made of that thing and I'm alright. Are the walls hacked yet? I'm going to marry Camotan. The mascot. Always a waifu. We now have underwear that can change its look. Don't you just love the future? I would if they weren't such a bunch of assholes with their business practices. Then don't buy the underwear. I won't. A tad useless unless you're a streaker. Or have a boyfriend. Guess I have to wait for more Christmas cake. I'm just looking at they'll nickel and dime with the TLC. There's no way you're using the skinny one. Too true. Too real. But yeah, the whole Christmas cake thing, I mean, I can't really speak to it because the girl I like right now is younger than that. I won't talk about her age. She has said it, you know, to us in the server, but I don't know if she said it publicly per se, so I won't, but she's younger than 26, I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm grown up. Now I feel like I'm still a spoiled dude. Yeah, I would say... I don't even know when I would say at what point I was, you know, an okay person to a degree. Apparently, I'm having my next drink brought to me if I want to wait 45 minutes. But yeah, I don't know at what point I would say I would no longer call myself spoiled. I think I'm not spoiled anymore, but it took me quite a while to get there, I think. And maybe I'm still a little in some ways, but not to the point where I think at least I'm at the point where it's not a problem anymore. Also, I'm just now really looking at this morning routine Jill has, and how relatable this actually is, sitting at the table in the morning, looking at browsing things on my phone, while I eat breakfast, like... But yeah, I mean, the whole Christmas cake thing, I mean... The last person I liked before Bess was older than 26. She was, I don't know that for sure, but I absolutely am convinced in my suspicion that she was roughly my age, give or take a couple years. So, I mean... Take that as you will. I'm pretty sure of that, but I didn't know for certain, I admit. But yeah, Bessie is younger than that, so Christmas... Age never really... I mean... I think 26 is fine, honestly. I don't think you're under... I think that's way too early to say that's the point where you're... not really in the market anymore, so to speak. I worry about how close I'm getting to 30 sometimes, but even then, like, there's probably still a market, I'm sure. Assuming things don't work out with Baz. Honestly, it's probably better when you're older a little, because it is just a number, but maturity is a thing, so yeah. And yeah, I mean, not all people mature at the same rate. I took quite a while to mature. I was pretty slow on that front, so, you know, maturity is definitely the thing you really care about, and for everyone, you're not really mature. Nobody's really mature at the same age. But honestly, like I've alluded to before, that I like dating a lot more now at my age because we know the score. People my age, we know the score. We know it's not a huge deal. That sounds like that sounds more dismissive than I want it to, but honestly, that's the best way I can think of to say it. Like, at my age, you know, you realize that there's nothing special about it, I guess. It's just a thing. Sometimes you meet people and you like them, and sometimes after a while knowing someone, you think that you like them more than you like your other friends, you know? And you just ask, you know? But at my age, you don't. There's a lot less hint dropping and bullshitting around. You just ask someone out. That's the best part, I think, of dating older. There's no bullshitting around. There's no hint dropping and shit and trying to see who's gonna ask for. No, you just ask someone out when you like them at my age, and that's really refreshing. You know, you realize life's too short, really. Evening. Hello, Jill. And that cage?
I brought my cat.
Your cat?
Did I hear Yasunori Kato is in the bar? Bring me that bastard! I'll give him the fist of justice! I'll make him eat the Kanto earthquake! I'll borrow his cap!
Wait, there are no evil on Myoji here.
Boss, what the fuck?
Didn't you say you brought Kato to the bar? My cat. Cat.
I'll take note on that. Free the millennial experience moment for you. I'm not gonna call what I said about dating just now advice. I'm just gonna call it the millennial experience. Because I don't know if we do it correctly or not, I just know how we do it. Who really knows with something like that if you're doing it correctly? What even is correct in that realm? I just know how we do it at my age, my generation. The age we are.
Well, that's even better. Hey, Four.
So cute.
I feel like I missed something. Jibri, if you went AFK for a bit, we had a discussion about a Christmas cake, which, according to this game, is a slang for a woman that's 26 or older, and whether men prefer women above or below that age. And I went into quite a bit of a discussion about it. Less about the age thing and maturity, and more about just dating in general. Though it does relate to the fact that, you know, I'm over 26, and I've liked girls over 26, and I've liked girls under 26. I like one under 26 right now. Yeah. I mean, muster the courage to ask directly. Hey man, I think it works personally to just ask someone straight out. That's how I do it now. That's how it seems to be the trend with my generation. We don't, you know, like I said, we don't bullshit around and drop hints and do a little dance. We just, at my age, when you like someone, you just tell them. You just ask them out. But yeah, like Lego said, things work differently for different people. And I don't know if you know, the way I do it, the way my generation does it is correct. I just know that's how we do it. Nah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Fair enough.
So cute. Why'd you bring him?
I heard some apartments in my building were being raided. I don't have anything suspicious, but you never know, so I'd rather have him here, at least today.
Oh well, I'd say something about the health regulations, but we already had a pack of corgis here. You want me to take care of him in my office? Please?
Sure, but he's a bit shy, so...
Alright, Four, let's go to my office.
And I think she didn't hear me. Say, Gil, how do you always come so early? I live close by.
Really?
Yep, Chief got me a small apartment nearby. Something about a B2C housing program.
Oh yeah, I got mine through that too. Anyways, let's start.
I think we're gonna keep this mostly the same. We'll just switch around a few songs.
Time to mix drinks and change lives.
Yo, what's up?
Lady, did you hear me? A dog. Another dog.
Hey, I'm not just another dog. I came here as a part-timer.
So you're the part-timer.
Yeah.
Boss, I'm taking my break.
It's too early.
Shit. I want to sequel this game with Gillian as the main character. Honestly, I'd be down for that. As far as we know, the sequel, which we don't know when's coming out anymore because we haven't heard anything about it in a while, is focused on the Nirvana bar that we heard about last time, which is in another city in the same world. This is awesome.
The part-timer is here. He came early.
Why a dog? Why?
Because look at him! He has a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses!
And he's a Shiba, not a Corgi. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Rad Shiba, but he looks Corgi to me. He does look Corgi, yeah.
They all look the same to me. Wow, Jill.
Granted, Shibas could be seen as the Japanese counterpart to Corgis.
They're both funny looking and dogs used by royalty.
Anyway, starting today, this dog will help around here. My name is... It doesn't matter what your name is.
What was her name? Doesn't matter. Don't get me singing The Hounds now, Dana. Tonight the streets are red, the lights are blue and blinding. No sign of the good doctor, but the sirens wail and whine and tell us he'll be found. I can almost hear the hounds. I don't care your name, oh god. What was her name? Doesn't matter. Never thought I'd see a rock quote in a visual novel.
Boss, please don't shout.
Sorry. Just call him Rad Shiba.
Why Rad Shiba?
What part of Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses don't you get? He's the raddest thing here. Thanks. Anyways, he'll mostly help getting orders, bringing clients in, and cleaning, but he ought to know how things work.
Cleaning? That'd be a change of pace.
He'll act like a client and see how you work.
Right. This became an 11 out of 10. It already was, if you ask me.
What can I get you?
I'll have a grizzly temple.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just a couple of post-traumatic flashbacks. Coming right up. This dog wants a grizzly temple. The deja vu hurts. Here.
Wow, this is awful. People actually pay for this shit?
Hard to believe, I know. So, what brings a dog like you to taking a part-time job here?
I'm here to help the funding of my organization.
Are you with the Safer Toy Company?
What? No, don't lump me in with those herding supremacists. I have a more noble and benign organization. I belong to CIRA.
Sarah?
Canine Independent Rescue Association. We give a place where dogs can be dogs and save them from themselves. CIRA is what I love, but damn is it expensive sometimes. We decided to take part-time jobs to help fund anything we need. We want to help CIRA be the best it can be.
What do you do at Sarah?
Pay treatment for hurt dogs, give food to the hungry ones, play with the bored ones. We're there for everyone.
Huh. That actually sounds nice.
Say, do you have a menu?
Something like that, yeah. Here.
Now, let's see.
It sounds like a Metal Gear reference, kinda does. So it's PETA, but actually good.
Wrecked. Wrecked. Now, let's see. Any recommendations?
Avoid the part with promo drinks.
Oh, the Grizzly Temple is one of those. Fluffy Dream? I like the sound of this one.
Coming right up. With optional karma tree, should we fuck up the dog? Should we get the dog wasted? His tongue's gonna feel velvety, alright. Fluffy dream.
Oh, this one's nice.
So, why'd you pick a bar?
It seemed fun. I didn't need that many weird skills to be part of this, so it was my best bet. Besides, it's close to home, so I can get here by walking. And I do love me some walks. I could walk all day.
Oh, the Pokemon can fly majestically through the sky, but I can walk. He can walk. Oh, the Pokemon can dig a hole that's real deep and big, but I can walk. They can walk. I don't quite know where I am going, but still, if there's anywhere that can be walked to, I will. Don't have a reason to keep walking, I just do till I'm back home with you. Weird skills?
Yeah, stuff like food handler certificate, previous work experience, or thumbs.
A food handler certificate is so easy to get, though. I'm gonna tell y'all something. A food handler certificate, super easy to get. I even have one. I have a food handler certificate. I never touch the food at the restaurant I work at. I work out in the front with customers, but I have a food handler certificate. They're really easy to get, actually. It's kinda spooky. I can actually relate on how much previous work experience is a hindrance, though, considering how many entry-level jobs want you to have it. And that's kind of the type of job where you get previous work experience for a different job. That's a problem. So I can feel this dog on that one.
Why did you pick a bar?
On a whim, too, I guess. I wanted a place where I could see people come and go all the time. And bartending sounded a bit more glamorous than just being a store clerk. Oh yeah, about the way you mix stuff. Yeah? Is it? Hey. It's a cat! A cat! Hey, Four, weren't you in Boss's office? Hello, cat! Wanna play? Let's play! Didn't dogs hate cats or something? We don't hate them, unless they're intruders. Huh. Yeah, I've seen dogs and cats that live together in the same household. They're pretty close. It all depends, really. They're not natural energy. They're not natural enemies or anything. And I mean, have you seen Korona and Okayu? They're about as far from enemies as you can possibly get, considering they're basically half a step from married. And at this point, I would qualify it as a common law marriage if it were up to me. Huh. Said his name was Four? Hello, Four. Let's play. No playing allowed. You'll make a mess. Four, go back to Boss's office. That's one obedient cat. My pride. You want something else? Yeah, but I'll talk with John Face here for a bit. Alright. He still has a John Face. Howdy, Boog. How you doing? For play. Yep. I mean, look, Shad. We just had the thing where Jill was in her apartment saying she needed some me time. And Four said to use the bathroom. I shouldn't get riled up so easily by dogs, but I'm just tired, I guess. Mood. That voice! Say, what happened to you?
Nice seeing you too. Well, I fell from a really tall place to a really rough spot.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance or something?
I just got out of one, don't worry.
How did you manage to slip by the mobs lynching white knights?
It was a bit rough. Luckily, these bandages helped me conceal my identity.
Why come straight here?
The ambulance where I got treatment couldn't stray too far away from the hospital. They're nice people. I talked to them a lot while on rescue duties. I was nearby and yours was the closest friendly face I could find. I needed to regain my composure before doing anything else, so here I am. If you're scared because they might come for me, I can leave, you know.
The security systems of the bar are top-notch, and my boss is also the bouncer of sorts here. I'd say you're actually safer here, so I'm not worried about me. Instead, I'm worried about you. First I hear you were at the bank, then I find out you disappeared. And now you show up with all those bandages. Are you fine? What happened at the bank exactly? Did you talk with Stella? She was worried sick about you.
Slow down a bit. The medications make me feel everything more intensely, almost like a hangover.
Sorry.
It's nice to know someone like a bartender was worried about me, though. Thanks. Everyone I know has been ignoring me, so I was feeling lonely.
Why would they?
Well, you've seen the lynches they give to any white knight they find. By ignoring me, they're actually saving me from getting kicked to death. My good deeds finally paid off, I guess.
Can I get you anything?
Something sweet without alcohol. Thank God these pants still had my wallet in them.
Oh no, I couldn't take your money right now. It's on the...
Chill, please. I want to pay for my drinks.
I take it I won't be able to change your mind.
Nope. I mean, yes. I mean, you won't be able to change my mind.
Sweet and no alcohol, right? Coming right up. Seems to be in a bit of pain. Sparkle Star doesn't have alcohol, right? It has optional, we can put none in it.
Careful. Yay! This'll help me calm down a bit.
This game has so many great characters, it does! So what happened to you? Where did you fall from?
I was escaping the place near the end of the whole thing and I had to make a leap of faith. I've jumped from higher places, but I landed badly here. Most of my injuries are actually from some debris that fell on me. Oh, but my broken arm is actually from the fall.
That happens a lot when you have to take a leap like that. It's you land on your arm and you break it. It happens a lot, actually, from what I understand. Not that people usually have to do that. It's mostly in movies that happens. And that happens a lot in the movie too, is when someone does that, they land on their arm and it breaks.
Ow. I rolled to mitigate the fall, but I made a bad move and broke it. Good thing I drink lots of milk.
Action stars have it rough. I've heard of actors actually breaking their arms filming those scenes, actually. I usually fall head first, that's how I got acrophobic. Ooh, I know the feeling. I got acrophobic because the one time I fell from decently high, I hit like my upper chest and my shoulders first, and my collarbone snapped right in half. That hurt like a bitch. Sometimes I can... Even though I was young and it fully healed and mended after a while, sometimes I feel like I can almost still tell where it was. It hurt, I'll tell you what.
I was under rubble for quite a bit, but luckily someone found me.
Someone?
I woke up in the hospital. They told me some guy brought me there. I don't know who he was, but I owe him my life.
I don't think a broken collarbone is completely where my acrophobia comes from. I think it's just a thing that's not completely stable in my head. As phobias usually tend to be, they're very irrational, you know? You realize logically there's nothing scary about it, but that doesn't help. So something's not quite right there, I think, but having that experience of falling and breaking my collarbone probably didn't help.
What?
Nothing, you just sound, cheerful.
I'm alive! Why wouldn't I be? After all that happened at the bank, here I am talking to you. Being able to talk at all. Don't think too much about it. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Ow, 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 ow. How were things around here? I heard there was a huge commotion when the whole thing happened.
Maybe we're just afraid of the fall, but not the pain, because our body healed in the end. I mean, A fear of falling is natural, I think. I think most people have a fear of falling. But acrophobia is a little different, I think. It could just be that I mean, I think most people have a fear of falling and experience that, but perhaps acrophobia or fear of falling is just amplified to an extreme that is not really healthy or helpful. Some fear of things like falling and other potential dangers is natural, after all. It's, you know, an instinct to protect ourselves and not get injured. But with acrophobia, maybe it's just too much a fear of falling, that it interferes with our ability to be somewhere high up at all. Who knows? I'm not a psychiatrist. I had to sleep here in the bar on a Saturday, but I guess it could have been worse.
Glad to know that.
Did you contact Stella? She was on the verge of despair yesterday.
Hey, Jill, I want another drink. A Bleeding Jane.
She asked for a Bleeding Jane, but is it really the best idea to give her one? Yeah, that was a very desperate, please change the subject outburst. Yeah, no. This has option no alcohol. Let's... She's hiding something. Oh yeah, for... Here.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, how were things inside the bank?
Come again?
What happened inside the bank? How'd you manage to get through it?
I was with this nice bunch of people. Well, they were apparently nice at the very least. We tried our best to find a way out of the whole thing, cracking through the security, finding safe spots. But then,
Sorry for asking all that. It was obviously over the line.
No, don't worry about it. It's just the analgesics still numbing me. I'll take my leave now. Thank you for everything, Jill.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Weren't you leaving?
Yeah, I was, but, well... You know how I just said I was fine?
Yeah?
I'm not. So I wanted to know if you could lend me your ear for a bit.
Well, I was gonna take my break.
Oh, sorry.
No, what I mean is I could lend you an ear if you don't mind going to the back alley for a bit.
Yeah, please.
Want one? Achievement unlocked. Deep breaths. Want one? Is this scene optional? Does it depend on how well I've done with Say, I guess?
Sorry, I haven't smoked since high school. But don't mind me, though. Smoke ahead.
Thanks. Good on you for kicking it, say. So, why me?
You're the closest friend I have nearby that isn't avoiding me, and I think I'm about to explode.
Why?
Because I'm afraid. I'm terrified. I'm scared. My colonel was using me when I made that errand. He saw me as a disposable pawn. Then the whole thing got closed at the bank. We were stuck there with no food or water for 3 days. I saw a man beaten to death after he found some snack in his pocket. When I was in rescue duties, I usually dealt with collapsing buildings, fire, that kind of stuff. But seeing people do that to each other is just...
Calm down. Nobody will hurt you here.
You sure?
I'll make sure of it. Just take deep breaths. I can't even imagine what happened there. And truth be told, I don't want to imagine it. But it's easy to tell you bottled up everything while you were there.
Is it obvious?
Kinda.
Well, I had to get out of there. Fear would have only gotten in the way. And besides, I made a promise to come back too.
Alright, what's the deal with Stella?
Nothing, I'm just...
Afraid?
The word loses meaning after using it so much in so little time. She should have been worried sick, and I couldn't call her after I came back. I'm afraid of what she'll say.
She'll insult you. She looks like that kind of girl. But I'm betting all I have that she'll be quickly happy that you're fine and alive.
Yeah. You're right.
Think about it this way. A slap or despair for what's left of her life.
I wouldn't pretend to disappear, I mean...
Besides, from what you tell me, you're pretty much only coming to your senses today, right?
Yeah. It's weird how everything can change in such a short notice, you know? On Thursday, I was a girl doing her duties, minding only her own business. Now I'm injured and woke up to find out I can't go back to those duties. Part of me is happy. I knew full well that white nights usually did more harm than good. On the other hand, I really loved my job. Now I'm stuck with nothing to do.
Yeah, I know how it is. The life changing on such short notice part, I mean.
Really?
I would tell you why I know that, but I think you should go see Stella right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of which, hey Gil. What? Do me a favor and escort Say to wherever she needs to go, please. Only if you cover my share of the work. Yeah. Okay then, let's go, miss.
Right! Thank you for hearing me out, Jill.
Anytime. Good cops in a nutshell. That's a scene. I hope I did that justice. That was a pretty serious try there. Whew. Too much heavy stuff lately. You did good. Thanks. it can be pretty tough to get to that place, you know. The way I always try to tell if I did well in a scene like that is if my eyes start to get a little wet. Because that means I was able to really get into that place where the character is when they're just not sure what to do and they're having a breakdown. You know? It's a hard thing to get to sometimes for acting, but it's a challenge I like taking on, and I always feel good when I feel like I nailed it. You can hear vibration in your voice there during the scene or right now. If it's right now, it's because I really went for that scene. I felt like I should. So I'm a little... I'm still getting out of the mood. The headspace there. Whew. Hope everything goes alright during the scene. I hope that was good. If you mean vibration, like it actually sounded like I was starting to cry, because that's what I was going for. At least with Say. Hey Jamie. Jamie?
Joe. Gillian isn't here, I see.
Are you alright? You look distracted.
I'm fine, don't worry.
If you say so.
My years in theater proved to be useful at these moments, I bet. I should have done theater in high school. I feel like that probably would have been a better idea than what I ended up doing, but live and learn.
Jill, where do I take 4 if he needs to use the bathroom?
The cage has a small litter box included.
Oh, that's convenient. 4?
4's my cat. Some apartments in my building are being inspected today, so I brought him to work in case they enter my place while I'm gone.
I see.
What can I get you?
The usual gut punch.
Coming right up.
A gut punch for Jamie. And it's gonna be a big one for a big boy. And a decent amount of alcohol.
Here.
I thought when someone ordered a gut punch, you had to make a joke about giving the client a punch to the stomach or something.
Okay, I'm about to tell a terrible joke, but this is a real story. When I was in high school, I had a friend in my pretty close-knit friend group who was, his parents were Filipino, and he was born in Hawaii. So... there's a drink here in the US, and I don't know how popular it is anymore, because I haven't heard about it in a while, and I don't know if it's popular and if it's served anywhere else. But there's a drink, a juice-based drink you can buy in stores called Hawaiian Punch. And you can see where this is going. Because his parents were Filipino and he was born in Hawaii and moved to Texas in elementary school. And I met him in middle school. And oh man, we went in on Hawaiian Punch jokes in high school. We would offer people Hawaiian Punch and then be like, Jeff, get over here. Take this, Hawaiian Punch. Oh. It was funny too, because high school is when the dude kind of started getting in shape. Because he was a big guy before in middle school, if you know what I mean. And like high school, he was really like working out, doing a lot of active stuff and getting in shape. So, like, it's really good. It was kind of terrible, but in the best way. Oh, I was just reminded of that. I haven't thought about that in a while, dude. He was a funny guy, man. I haven't talked to. I've kind of not talked to him in a while. One of my other best friends from high school still keeps up with him, so I hear about him. But I only talk to him every once in a while. But he's a funny guy, man. He's great.
Oh, that? In theory, yeah. Gil's the only one that pays attention to that, though.
Really?
He didn't receive proper training. He read an old manual my boss had. There was some sort of stipulation mentioning the need to say puns. But it seems like it was some sort of anti-counterfeit measure. I mean, if they copied such a silly stipulation, they'd be caught in the act.
Want Hawaiian Punch? Here, uppercuts. That's actually good. That's actually smart, though. They put a really silly condition in the manual, so if anyone copied and counterfeited the manual and that the stupid joke got copied over, you'd know it. Like when the dictionaries added fake words to spot if someone else just copied all of it? Yep. Why not tell them that?
It's too amusing, to be honest. So, what's on your mind that's distracting you so much?
Nothing you should think about too much. It's like those times you just feel uneasy for no good reason.
You might have actual reasons to feel that way, though. Come to think of it, mercenary is quite the uncommon occupation, wouldn't you say?
I like to see what I do as bounty hunting, actually.
How so?
The only jobs I don't take are those when I have to deal with people who just happen to be in the wrong place. There are some people willing to pay off someone that has done no wrong. Things like killing someone that owns the house in the way of some building, or a nosy reporter. I'm not better for turning a blind eye to such requests, but I'm not gonna be the one dealing with those.
The bounty hunter part comes where?
If I'm sent to kill someone that has done something like stealing or killing and I get paid for it, you could see it as bounty hunting.
I actually agree with that, yeah? That's basically bounty hunting. People don't have bounties on their heads for crimes anymore, but I mean, if your job is you get paid to go after people who've done crimes, then it's essentially bounty hunting.
And you know, bounty hunter is an actual job, but it's not actually about killing. A bounty hunter is an actual job in the modern day, is mostly chasing down people who it's basically being a bail bond agent, essentially. It's basically you work for bail bondsmen and you enforce it. So basically what the job is that you chase down people who skip bail mostly, or any fugitives who are trying to leave the state or leave the country. You chase those people down. You get some legal immunities too, like to be able to carry it out. So does same with debt collectors in Indonesia. To be fair, I believe it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just cheap justifications for killing people, though. In the end, they're cheap. However, I won't be one to kill for petty reasons like those. But let's change the subject here. I'll have something bitter if you don't mind.
Huh? Sure. Jamie asked for something bitter. That's a tad too broad a category, though. Maybe something manly would be better? We could give him a pile driver. Or a suplex.
Let's give it can also be deadly. It could. Especially, if you're a bounty hunter, you're still going after criminals who've skipped bail. Some of those people will try to fight back when you come with lethal force, so. You give him a pile driver or a suplex? I think it's about the same. And we'll make it a big one. On the rocks and next. Yeah.
Yes.
He just reminded me of my grandpa. He used to eat Bronson roots every afternoon. Said they made him stronger.
Bronson roots have more nutrients per gram than most vitamin supplements. Your grandpa knew what he was doing. Seems I always manage to make you uncomfortable, Jill. Sorry.
Let's give him a slam drink. I mean, pile drivers and suplexes are just different kinds of slams. It made sense to give them a similar name since it was just since the suplex is just a variation on the pile driver that came from Gillian making a slight error. Eat the roots. I hear burdock roots are really good for nutrients too, actually. I don't know about Bronson roots, but I hear burdock roots are really good. It is a diuretic though, so you can get dehydrated pretty easily. And you should be careful, with stuff like that always. I'm absolutely not a nutritional person. Like, I'm not in that field at all, so take anything I say with the whole shaker of salt. This is just stuff I hear. You know what's good? Both good for you and good tasting is brown rice. Brown rice tastes better than white rice, fight me, and it's actually better for you. Not that white rice is bad for you. Rice is incredibly healthy, but brown rice is even better.
Although I guess it's mostly because I can't wrap my mind around the whole taking a human life thing.
That's a good thing to not be able to wrap your head around, Jill.
Knowing you've killed people and are now talking to me here, it's weird. It reminds me of when I first took sex ed classes. I couldn't wrap my mind around people doing that stuff and living normally.
Unlike with sex ed, it's better you stay that way, mind you. Taking lives is not something you should be used to. Ah yes, I know a good way to change the subject a bit.
White rice contains some amount of sugar in it.
Yeah, that sounds correct. A lot of things contain very small amounts of sugar that won't affect you, but yeah. Would you like to hear about the most dangerous bounty hunter in the city?
The way you said that was like offering a tale to a bored kid, but yeah, I'd like to hear that one.
You see, there was actually a bounty hunter organization in this city not too long ago. Law enforcement would put a price on a dangerous person's head and pay for the proof of that person's death. There was a guy everyone called Jet Black James. He got the nickname because he always wore black clothes. The interesting thing was that the black clothes were there to hide the bloodstains he got from his contracts. That's super smart, actually, because if he wears dark clothing and then he hunts someone and there's a struggle and he gets blood on him, if his clothes are dark, you won't be able to tell. His tracking skills were top-notch and his information network was the best. Some even joked he would finish the bounty within half an hour or he wouldn't take the reward. He was too good, in fact. At one point, he took all bounties and didn't take a single reward. He was just that crazy by then. The last bounty that the organization ever posted was on James' head. The police had him cornered. His last words were, "Send it all to my account," before shooting himself.
Damn. Why hasn't that been made into a movie? So, there were no more bounties after that?
A registered bounty hunter was charged with many counts of manslaughter using his old targets as proof. If somebody else tried to recreate the organization, the seed of doubt would grow in little to no time. What guarantee is there that such an organization wouldn't actually be a trap?
I see Deadpool's line there and an edgy name.
They could use the registered bounty hunters to take care of the most bothersome criminals, and then dispose of the bounty hunters by pressing charges using their targets as evidence. So, no. Jet Black James made sure that no law enforcement organization is able to set up bounty hunting of any kind. Ever since then, anyone crazy enough to be a bounty hunter works independently.
You'll get some muddied up perspective if you just senselessly slaughter. It kind of reminds me of a movie, though. There is kind of a movie like that. Not quite. But I think it was called Wanted, where it was a fraternity of assassins. And they had this loom that was made a long time ago called the Loom of Destiny, and it always we wove the names of their targets, which were usually corrupt businessmen or executives, people like that. But the leader of the fraternity in the movie, Sloane, who was played by Morgan Freeman. Yeah, starring Angelina Jolie. Yeah, Angelina Jolie was in it, and Morgan Freeman was in it too. He was the leader of the fraternity, Sloane. And he was... The thing with being an assassin
is you're basically as bad as the people you kill, even if you're only killing people and, you know, government officials and things like that. You're still just as bad a person being an assassin as the people you take out. And so the Loom of Destiny, eventually everyone who worked for the organization or the fraternity, eventually all of their own names would come up in the Loom. That mad bullet turn skill, still OP. Also cold sleep regeneration. Yeah. Those bullet turns in that movie, man. And he wasn't happy about that. And he wanted to use the fraternity for his own goals. And, you know, no one's happy to hear that, you know, you're next, basically. Because even though you've been doing something that could be justified, you're still, you know, not a great person yourself. So the whole plot twist of the movie was how he like made a fake Loom and started manufacturing his own targets, and how he was hiding the fact that all the members of the organization had their own names come up, including himself. And so, you know, there's a scene where they're all together, and, you know, the main character, who I forget his name, confronts Sloane, and Sloane just takes out all the papers that he has and goes around to all the other. Your name came up. Your name came up. Your name. Your name. It was a pretty good scene. I remember that scene a lot. And then at the end, when Sloane goes after him, and the main character turns around and you hear him just say, "This isn't me. This is just the fucking decoy." And Sloane looks down and there's an X on the floor in Post-it notes that he's standing on. He says, "Oh, fuck." And then you just see the bullet, like, explode out of his head. It was a pretty wild movie, Wanted was. Were you a part of that organization? I've actually had those suspicions I'm telling you about since the day I heard such a thing exists. Glad to know I wasn't just paranoid. I don't know how well you changed the subject, but that was certainly one interesting story. Just to make sure, you're not a rebuilt Jet Black James or something, right? The name James is pretty common, Jill. Besides, if I remember correctly, his real name was actually Theodore. Oh. Just like Armpit and Holes. His name's Theodore, but everyone calls him Armpit. And the story left my throat a bit dry. Give me a beer, please. Sure. My throat's gonna be dry from the gravel in Jamie's voice. We'll keep this one small. Or normal size, rather. That last sniper scene is pure fantasy, yet so cool. Yeah. It's the good kind of fantasy, because it's awesome. One of mankind's oldest friends. Cheers. One obvious thing I see is that you don't take the use of the word kill in your stride the way Gillian does. I'm not good with violence. That's good. It's interesting, though. When I compare you two, it's obvious Gillian has seen quite the share of traumatic stuff. That guy's a handful because of that sometimes. Still, he's one of the most reliable people I've ever met. Where is he, by the way? I asked him to keep an eye on a girl that came here earlier. I feel that if something happened, he could resolve the situation. His nose must be itching after we talked so much about him. Yeah, maybe. Well, I've gotta go. Nose itching, isn't it you sneeze when people are talking about you? Send my regards to your boss and Gillian. Will do.
Man, today's been quite heavy. Everyone... Wait. If I say it out loud, I feel like I'll just tempt fate. But let's try it anyways. Everyone has just been gloomy face after gloomy face. And that dog. I sure hope the next client changes that. So you still work here? I knew it! I mean, quite the surprise to see you here again, Mr. Ingram. Got out of my job, I needed a drink badly, and I remembered this crack house was nearby. What can I get you then? I'll have a bleeding Jane. On it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Ingram in a while. Fate tempted Jill Jinx. Yeah.
Tastes just like the pasta sauce my mom used to make. Watered down, artificial, and nasty.
So, where do you work, Mr. Ingram?
I don't have a specific job, but there's this, well, network of engineers in need of assistance. I have no idea what they do there, but I can follow instructions, and that's all they need. Recently, I've been working with this Cilia girl working on some experimental powered suits.
Yo, power armor? Sick.
My only duty is to give them maintenance once a day.
What's that about a network?
All those nerds know each other and they recommend me. I don't ask questions and quickly learn to do whatever they need.
Huh, sounds nice. It actually does, to be honest.
It's pretty monotonous at times, though. Why are you giving me that look?
You're just more cheerful than the last time you came. Need a drink to cure my hangover? Hair of the dog, huh, Boog?
We all have good days and bad days. Today just so happens to be a not bad day. Besides, with everyone scared shitless in their houses, the streets are clear with no traffic jams. That's always a plus.
I guess.
It almost became a bad day, though, thanks to some teens on the way here.
What did they do?
It's not what they did, it's what they said. They were talking about how they should just go to Zaibatsu Corps' HQ and blow it up. I've seen one too many kids throwing around that let's kill the king attitude when it comes to Zaibatsu Corps. Even if Zaibatsu Corps' building suddenly went down, the ones behind it would still be alive. Killing the head honcho just means his or her duties go to the next rim jobber on the totem. Hell, I bet they're plotting to kill each other anyways. Kids these days see too many action films where the rebels save the day by killing the evil corporation.
Happens in RPGs too, unfortunately. Bounty hunter techie, neat. Power armor would be dope to have, it would be.
Don't let it get to you. I don't, I just hate teenagers.
I can't blame you for that. Even I was pretty shitty as a teen. Well, that's them getting killed by Heihachi and Kazuya. I was wondering how long ago we were gonna have Zaibatsu Corps without a Tekken joke. I was waiting to see how many times it would come up before someone mentioned Tekken. It's interesting though, a big corporation in control is somehow more dangerous than a regular government.
I wouldn't know, I'm not a political person.
No shit.
Alright, give me a Zen star and try not to mess it up.
People won Zen stars today. Oh, yeah, I agree. I hate teenagers. I don't think I hate them, but they can be pretty shitty, and they have lots of most of them have lots of drama. I know I sure did. But I mean, high school never ends, right? You still don't have the right look, you still have the same 3 friends, and nothing changes but the faces, the names, and the trends. Must be something to do with Zen? Zen Gunawan or Zen no Kiseki? That's the question. One's my Aniki from the same artist. The other's just a good friend that I've collabed with before. Yes, it's just as nasty as I've heard. Why order it then? Not your problem. So, where's the red comet? My boss? Jill, 4's headed your way!
Let's play, 4! Let's play! Oh, a customer. Sorry for the intrusion.
You have a dog here? And a cat?
They're pretty shitty nowadays with their TikToks and clout chasing. Yeah. Ticks and cloud chasing. I feel like TikTok is a parasite. But, I mean, that's just me being an old man, so... The clout chasing is pretty bad, though. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, clout chasing has always existed. I did it too sometimes as a high schooler, and, you know, commenting on YouTube videos of people that I liked, commenting a lot on their videos, people that had more influence than me. It happens. We all go through a phase, I think, or a lot of us do. It's just that our generation are old enough to know better now. The cat's mine, his name's 4. The dog just hangs around here.
He looks well groomed, his fur looks healthy. Seems you take good care of him.
You seem to know a lot about cats.
No, that's just common sense.
Do you like cats, Mr. Ingram?
I don't dislike them, but I do dislike having animals near me when I'm eating or drinking. So, I'll take my leave.
I just block all that out? Yeah, that's probably the best way to handle it, Jibri. Let me destroy a store for views. Let me play in traffic for views. So, there was this show not too long ago. It was a remake of an older show from the 70s. It's called Creepy Kitaro. It's like a horror anime. And there was, not too long ago, I think, the original was in like the 70s or 80s, but not too long ago, I think there was a remake. And in the first episode, the first thing they do is they take the fucking utter piss out of YouTubers like that. And it's freaking hilarious. The dude's got his camera on, and he's acting a fool, and he's playing in traffic in the street, and he's broadcasting, and he's like, ha ha! And then he gets fucking horrifically transmogrified into a tree, and it's fantastic. Man, I wish I had a doggo with sunglasses. Gegege no Kitaro, yeah, that was it. creepy Kitaro or spooky Kitaro, something like that. Gegege no Kitaro in the Japanese. Please come again. Don't count on it. You said that last time. Congratulations, you scared a client off. 4's as guilty as me. Yeah, but I like 4. He's my baby. Now go, play or something. Right! Ah, you're back. What happened with Sei? That cat boomer girl picked her up. I couldn't see anything, but I guess she was happy.
Glad to hear that.
Serves them right, it sure does. Did I miss something?
Only Jamie and some other guy came.
I see. You look exhausted.
Yesterday was filled with people carrying heavy emotional baggage. I don't mind it, but dealing with them tired me out a little bit. I actually found myself wanting Dorothy to burst out of that door at any moment.
Dorothy would have been nice. So you miss Dorothy?
Kinda. But anyway, nothing a good night of sleep can't fix. Let's just wrap things up around here and call it a day.
I always wish Dorothy would burst through the door. She's the best.
Alright, we don't have anything we need to buy.
I have doggos, but not the sunglasses. I'll try to make use the glasses then. Yo, what's up?
We got the beer on discount. So
maybe I can buy this thing. Sure. You saw nothing! Alright, we'll do the reading for the in-game day, and should we call it a day? After we read all the boards and stuff? I'll think about it. Monster Girlfriend Shirari becomes the best-selling video game of all time. The waifu revolution from the 2010s is no longer a laughing matter. Can we call it the waifu revolution? Can we call it that? Because that's fantastic. That's fucking fantastic. Can we call it that? What started as a trend has since gone out of control since the standardization of VR technologies, which allows people to live full-time inside their computers. They knew! The writers knew, man! They were ready for VTubers and VR. They knew! As a result of this craze, it shouldn't be a huge surprise to know that the popular Monster Girlfriend franchise has become a commercial juggernaut, with millions of copies shipped in Glitch City alone. Worldwide, the game has shipped nearly 90 million copies since its launch in March, making it a record holder that won't quit. Is the waifu age real? Well, there's your answer. Do you want that game? Anime games are stupid. New ones, at least. Masaka, Sukebana's cover core into Scott's? Bakana! You need you a monster girlfriend? I'll pass. But, I mean... I'm in love, so... I can't believe Valhalla predicted VTubers. They totally did. I just like the waifu revolution of the 2010s. Can we call it that from now on? Can we call it the waifu revolution? Because that's a fantastic name. And I feel like that it's actually worthy to be called that, the 2010s. Can we call it that from now on? I'm gonna start calling it that. Yeah. I don't know, the whole, like, need me a kaiju girlfriend. I've never been a fan of the, like, whole monster girl thing. I've never even really been that into kimono bito, to be honest. That's just that stuff's just never done anything for me. I like my waifus to be regular humans, personally. All my waifus have usually been regular humans, or maybe there's something a little off about them, but not like, you know, monster girls or kimono bito or anything like that. I'll join, sure, thanks. I like that term. I certainly like fried chicken. During our weekly interview with Prime Minister Quincy, he revealed his unusual taste for a certain rare food. Fried chicken. I know it sounds a bit rude to say I like something most people don't have access to, but I just can't deny my love for it. When you taste a chicken breast like the ones that Kenta make, you just can't go back, Quincy declared to the Augmented Eye. In other news, Quincy also confessed his desire to ban instant food, although he later said it was in jest. I wouldn't ban instant food since that's what people in the city like the most, and even though I hate it, no, I wouldn't ban it. Is it that rare? Pretty sure the ones sold are fried pigeons. I love fried chicken though. That shit's usually cheap too. I fear a future where it's more expensive. Soccer popularity sinks as pro wrestling rises. Once known as the king of sports, soccer is no longer even a shadow of its former self. After the corruption scandals of the last World Cup, fans have begun drifting toward the theatrical magic of the pro wrestling industry. The latest GSF tournament pulled nearly 20 million viewers from Glitch City alone. As of this moment, fans seem to be vastly favoring pro wrestling. It's easier to follow something we know is predetermined as opposed to something that pretends to be a legit sport, said a fan outside the GSF arena. People kicking a ball is boring as shit, too. Yeah, pro wrestling, respect. Chicken tendies and nuggies. Fried chicken is good, especially buffalo wings. Buffalo wings are pretty good. I am mad as shit because the KFC in my area no longer has Nashville hot chicken, and that shit is fucking good, dude. It appears some of the articles have been deleted. Well, there's the AM Townships. Hype! Literally no games! Is anyone else tired of this Monster Girl meme? No. No! No. I'm going to marry a Monster Girl. I just want actual gameplay next time. Why would you want gameplay in a Sukeban game? I don't know, all I see is pretty girls with nothing to back it up. I mean, that's what most visual novels are? That's the point? Any info on the hardware? It's probably going to be yet another underpowered piece of shit. It's not like the competition is any better. I think I'll just quit gaming. Nothing but trash as of late. Yeah, remember when games were actually good and the devs made them with love and care? Me neither.
Yeah, brother! What you gonna do when I come for you, brother? It's Hulkamania! You better say your prayers and take your vitamins, brother!
One game, I don't know why. I swear I didn't write any of those reviews. I like that Sukaban casually inserted themselves in there. Why would you want gameplay in a Sukaban game? Gonna buy one?
Depends on the library.
Oh hey, you can see the computer. You can see the computer I bought in the room now. What? Okay, hang on. We're not ending the stream yet. What is this? What is this? It's a lovely punishment. Justice will be there. X to shoot, arrow key to move. Press Enter. What? What? What is this? 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 I didn't know this was in the game. Yeah, no, this is good, dude. This just looks like a good old scrolling shooter, dude. This is a good old shmup, dude. I did not know this was in the game. What the hell? This is awesome. I didn't know this. I didn't know Valhalla had this. Had a shmup mini game, dude. What the hell? This is the best thing. Oh my god. It's so simple, but it's so good that this is in the game. I just discovered this. I had no idea this was here. What the fuck? Games within games, bro. I mean, one of these would be great to play right now. Bro. Bro. What the fuck? That's awesome. Oh, that's a fantastic discovery, dude. Like a ride in X. What that reminds me of is how Xenoblade 2 has Tiger in it. That's fun as hell too. The game within game thing. Oh my god. What a great way to end it. That's fantastic. Streamlabs. I see nothing, but let's see if that's just the freaking thing not updating again. Bro, I can't believe I found a shmup in Valhalla. I had no idea that was there, bro. It was fun. That was so... I wasn't expecting that, dude. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything much on Streamlabs. So we'll call the stream off there. thank you all for being here at this stream. It was a really good time. There was some heavy stuff in the game, but honestly, it's a good outlet to talk about things. Did I just get a notification? If you enjoyed the stream, do remember to sub. Follow me on Twitch as well. I stream there too, under the same name. You can find all my links through my card and my Twitter. You were late, sorry about that. No worries, Boog. I'm glad you showed up at all. And if you really want to help me out, you can subscribe on Twitch, or you can always donate to me through Streamlabs to help me move out and get a better internet connection. But just stay within your means. I was recovering from paper and moonshine. Oh yeah, that last night. Totally understand. But yeah, I really enjoyed this stream. I want to thank y'all for being here to hang out with me and watch Valhalla. It's a really good time. I'll see y'all at the next stream. I'm signing off. So, Oat Sunrise. Take it easy, y'all.